Hi, my name is Emma Luymes. My parents got that very original name idea from the actor Emma Thompson, and it turns out everyone else thought they were being original too, because Emma ended up being the third most popular baby name in 2000, which is actually kind of fitting since the name Emma means universal. I remember finding that out when I was younger and thinking it made perfect sense. I was universal. I was a daughter, a dancer, a gymnast, a soccer player, a best friend, and an eager student. I had the potential to be anything. And despite that sounding like a cheesy motivational poster, I was kind of right. I'm white, from a middle upper class family, a cisgendered woman born in a Canadian suburb, able-bodied, straight-passing, and emotionally and financially supported by my family. By being born in this body, in this family, in this location, I have been given so many leg ups. The obstacles I face in my life are not due to my body or my background. Because of sheer luck, I kinda do have more potential to be anything I want to be, and this is due to my positionality. Positionality is how a person's various identities intersect and influence how the world sees you and treats you, and how you see the world. One of the ways you can visualize your positionality is through a framework, like this power flower. Inside the flower is a variety of systems or forms of oppression based on identity. At each petal tip is the related identity that is most privileged in our society. At each petal base is the marginalized related identity. For example, in terms of ability level, the most privileged in our society are able-bodied people, while the most marginalized and oppressed are those who are disabled. When I look at my power flower, most of my identities fall on the tips of the petals. I'm very privileged, and with my privilege comes power. I have the power to speak and be listened to. I have the power and the responsibility to uplift the voices of others and educate the people around me to acknowledge their privilege and the systems they benefit from. As a future teacher, I have to not shy away from these topics, to not hide and overlook the impacts of these systems in my classroom. I have to create an environment of equity, diversity, and inclusion. Diversity is the differences people have which can relate to identities regarding race, ethnicity, class, or gender. Equity is about treating people fairly, taking into account the diversity of your classroom and ensuring everyone's learning is prioritized. Inclusion is about creating that classroom environment where every student in that class feels like they belong, that they are supported and represented. To be the best teacher I can be, I have to be conscious about my efforts to include equity, diversity, and inclusion. I will do everything I can to make my students feel like they belong. I will take every opportunity to include representation in the classroom, be that in the books and the articles we read, the posters on the wall, the scholars and historical figures I highlight, or the names I choose for math problems. I will get to know each and every student and build relationships so that everyone can feel seen and understood. I will call out and educate during instances of discrimination or hate, no matter the intention. I will create a safe space for students to be themselves and to be proud of who they are. I will encourage conversations that help students understand their world and how they can make it a better place. Education goes much further than the curriculum, and one of my goals as a teacher is to teach students to take care of each other and themselves. Compassion is just as important as math or science or English. Empathy cuts across all disciplines, and kindness is universal, like my name.